Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20, and welcome to episode 31 of Direwolf20's Let's Play series. Today, I'm crafting a thing. A pretty nifty thing. A pretty fun thing. I hope it'll be good. I don't know, we'll see. Hey, I've got myself another Celestial Gateway. Hooray. The reason I made myself another Celestial Gateway is because I promised you guys we would go to a fancier base. And that's what we're going to work on today. We're going to start the foundation of a base that hopefully you guys will like the design of. I think it looks cool. I tested it in my creative test world and planned and mapped out exactly how I want it all to look. And I think it looks pretty nifty. And I've kind of like a concept of how the base will function and behave. But until we actually start living there and doing stuff in it, I have no idea how it's going to work out. So we're going to hope that it comes out to be pretty cool. That said, let's get started. So the first thing I want to do is make a gateway because I want to build it somewhere far away from here. And I want to have a gateway so I can travel back and forth easily from my old base to my new base so that as we start moving our resources and whatnot, it'll be easy for me to do that. So again, another base moving episode, but hey, you guys asked for it. This is something everybody in the comments has been talking about. Dire, make a fancier base than on my 9s. So I'm going to do my best. No promises, because this is still Direwolf20. This is not a fancy builder. But hopefully what I've come up with will be at least somewhat cool. So we've got the Celestial Gateway real quick. As a reminder, Celestial Gateway requires that we go ahead and set up. So we're going to need 20 marble arch, 4 runed, and 4 engraved. In addition to the 25 of these, right? So 4 runed and 4 engraved. 4 runed. Hey. 4 engraved. And 20 marble arch. So that should be cool. So that should be everything I need to make a gateway on the other side. And then the gateway to get back will be the one that's outside my base. And I can always just teleport back as needed. So let's slime boot my way over there. In this general direction, I think we've already mentioned that we will be building in the desert biome. So that should be cool, right? Building and living in a desert. Hey, we've got a gateway up and running. Woot! And I should be able to... What is it? Just right-click this dude, right? This should be working. Gateway. Hey, there we go. Nice! We have a way to get back and forth to my base now. Now, clearly I could have just, teleported to my base with this guy, but the benefit here, obviously, is that I can get back to the new base location with that guy. So, new base location, totally in a desert. You can also see, by the way, that I've boosted my storage up to 3072 of each type of material here. Hintity hint hint. Probably going to be using some of those materials to build with. So that's also cool. So we've got that up and running. I'm going to need a scoop because I want to clear out a little bit of terrain there. And I'm going to flatten out some area. So one of the things I'll probably want to start working on is this builder from RF Tools, which will totally help me, to build some cool stuff. Specifically, I'm going to use it to build the new base. So for this, we're going to need about 16. Now, I don't think I've got bricks taught into the redstone furnace, but if I just throw them in there, it should be fine. So that'll start cooking. In fact, I've already decided that you're too slow for me, and I want you to cook over here, where I have a speed upgrade. Or at least a little bit faster. So that'll be the builder, and while we're at it, I'm probably going to want a shape card as well, which is going to need 2 more pieces of clay, so might as well just get that cooking. Cool. And we're going to use the builder in conjunction with some power and some blocks and a couple other things to hopefully be able to make a really neat looking base. We'll see. There's also, by the way, new features to the shape card. So those of you who've used RF Tools in the past, there's some new mechanics that I fully do not understand. But let's see if we can figure them out. If you've used them in the past, you should have no problem getting it working. It's just there's new features that I don't fully get. So did I teach you paper? I didn't. But that's okay. Because I should have some sugarcane. Cool. And then I can get a shape card. And that's good stuff. Nice. And in my test world, I went so far as to test and decide which shape I want to go with. You know what else I'm going to want while I'm here? Let's get a wireless RF transmitter. Because I'm going to need to power this little device that we're going to be putting over there. So I should be able to right-click this dude and whoosh, right over to this location. Nice. And here's pretty much where I've decided to map out where I want to live. Come here, modest beehive. Yoinks. And you can be sorted. So also I found, is there stuff? Okay. So that is bitumen. And it looked like there's some kind of liquid here. So oil sand, huh? I don't know what to do with that. So you can progress it into bitumen in the pulverizer, and you get tar sometimes. And magma crucible it into crude oil. So that's cool. So I can get crude oil out of this stuff if I silk touch it. Neat. I can get it from void ore miners? Well, that's good to know. Alright, cool. Now, what do I do with this bitumen that I've got? It can be what? Magma crucibled into crude oil. Okay. So it looks like it's kind of like redstone, in that you get like a varying amount of it. Well, that's neat. I'll take it. And I should get some sand as well to flatten this terrain a little bit while I'm here. That might not be a terrible idea either. So let's jump back here. We can whoosh. And hopefully I have the range on this guy. Let me get a few stacks of sand, and I can probably put away my bitumen for now. I'm going to keep the tape measure on me because I'm going to want that. And there's probably a few things I don't necessarily need. Scroll of Expertise, Impulsion Wand, I'm going to put away for now. I'll hang on to my drills. I probably don't need an axe for chopping anything down for the time being. That'll be good. And then whoosh. Like I said, will never get over these particle effects that happen when this happens. That is just the coolest thing in the world to me. Cool. Now, out of curiosity, here's a thing that I don't know the answer to. Formation Wand. Will you, by chance, overwrite... Oh, you do, and that is amazing. You overwrite liquids. I love everything about you. Oh, that is a neat effect. Look. Because it's like a quicksandy type stuff, even solid blocks fall slowly. That is cool. It's because it's quicksand, guys. It's because it's quicksand. But that's alright, because it'll fall... It'll overwrite the source block on the bottom like it's doing right now. And then we can plant another set of it. Sweet. That is cool. Did you guys see that action right there? Nice. Now will you overwrite... Oh, dude, that is beautiful. I love this formation wand. It is my new favorite toy. Sorry everyone else. This is my new favorite. Okay, cool. And then, as needed, I can... You know what I can do? Me creeps!
Oh, can do!
Shift right click is my flatten in a 13 by 13 area.
Yes, sirree!
Nice! You guys take care of that progress. I'm just kind of flattening out
Yes, sirree!
a little bit of terrain here.
Yes, sirree!
You guys are the best, me creeps. I have too much fun with this game sometimes. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, I wanted my tape measure to stay. Thank you. But my scoop can go away.
Oh, can do! Oh, can do!
So let's put you back here. Look how amazing that is for flattening terrain out. Love it. Okay. Beautiful. All right, let's get the builder down and check out what we're going to make. So we're in the desert. We're going to use a bunch of sand. Any guesses on what I'm actually going to create for a base. Last chance before you find out. Neat. So that is a thing that you're not gonna... It's alright. Just flattening a little bit more. So the final verdict is we're going to build a pyramid. I'm going to build a pyramid, and the concept of my design here is such that like it's a pyramid build. There's some kind of dude over here, by the way. What is up with this? Whatever's here. Like apparently there's something under. Like I see an entity on the map. Am I crazy here? Oh, it's a witch. Okay, hold on. Whoa, boy. Ah! Nice. I forgot my armor was getting a little bit broken. I thought that was like a villager of some kind. Alright, let me get my stuff back, and then we'll talk about the pyramid we're going to build. Alright, so let's check this thing out. So here's the design that I've come up with. We're going to place down our builder, and the first thing I'm going to let it do is start getting power. Boom. And juicing it. Juicing it. Juicing it. Why you no juicing it? I might need to re-chunk load. Every now and then it seems like my chunk loading breaks, and a couple people have reported this. It's being worked on, and hopefully the next version of the pack, it will behave a little better. But it might be a chunk loading thing. So, like if you check here, you'll see that it's claimed, but they're not chunk loaded anymore, even though I totally chunk loaded you before. So, take a quick nap, and then we'll go back out there. Whoosh. Love it. Okay, so this should be getting juice now, in theory, because I don't think there's a range limit on these things, right? Yeah, now you're getting power. Cool. So for the shape card, you'll notice that this thing's a little bit different. It actually renders over here what the shape's going to look like, and that's pretty cool. That's really cool, actually. And the shape that I want to go with is going to basically be a pyramid, like I said. And for that, it's called prism in here. And we want it to be a hollow prism, because we don't want a full, like, filled pyramid. We want it to be hollow on the inside, right? And then the sizing here is going to be important to us. So, let's see. We're probably going to want to go with... Here's the size that I came up with. And you'll see once I've done it why I came up with this size. A 37 by 37 by 37 block tall pyramid. That sounds pretty cool. We'll right-click to insert this, and I'm going to stick this at the southwest corner so that basically the builder is in the southwest corner of the actual pyramid that's being built. Cool. And by doing that, when we do support preview mode, we will see a visual representation of what our pyramid's going to look like once it's fully built. How cool does that look? Now let me show you why I decided to go with 37 by 37, because I did a little bit of time deciding on how I want this sizing to be. Let's take out our tape measure. Let's make sure we're in block mode. So 1, 2, 3 from this corner is where like the best usable block space starts to become, because you're not really going to build much like in the deep corners here, right? And if we did, oops, I didn't want to shift right click that. I wanted to just right click it. So like unpreview, repreview to rebuild. Cool. So let's try that again. 1, 2, 3. Here we're going to have a piece of cobblestone. And that's going to represent like the first part of what we can build. So if we did 9 and then a space, I shift clicked again, killing me. Let's try that one more time. And if I can't avoid derping it, I will do it off camera and then show you guys in a second. That one didn't count. So shift click will like clear out the whole like chunk of thing. It's pretty cool. So what you may have noticed is that we have a 9 space 9 space 9 and then 1, 2, 3 from the corner. So 1, 2, 3 from the corner, 9 space 9 space 9, 1, 2, 3 from the corner. 9 space 9 space 9, 1, 2, 3 from the corner. So this is a pyramid of 9 by 9s. I'm waiting for the collective sigh from the audience that I can't hear. But yeah, that's what I've come up with. So it's going to be a cool pyramid-based design. A couple ideas. Thinking I might want to drop it down one Y level. If I do that, I think that would be cool. So let's turn off preview mode. Take this guy out. So your Y offset is 18. If I change this to 17, will that just drop it down one level? So in theory, preview mode this guy. See, I think that's going to look cooler. Yeah, that looks cool, right? And then I'll probably not even have it fill the floor because I want the floor to actually be a different material. So that's actually fine that the floor is there. So let's clear that out and just validate that like the shape properly moved. Because shape cards and me and my brain, like, we don't get along. I always get a little confused about how shape cards actually adjust the rotation. So there should be a 9, a space, a 9, a space, and then a 9, and then you're 1, 2, 3. Perfect. It's exactly what I expected it to do. So that's cool, right? 1, 2, 3 from the corner, and that's the start of the 9. It's a little bit hard to see because it's white, but if we wanted to, we could make it like blue, and then we could 1, 2, 3 from the corner. So that's a little bit easier to see. How about red or black, right? So that's all cool. Blue seems pretty good. So that works, right? So I like that. I like that you can have multiple colors and stuff too. So that should be perfect. Okay, so that'll be the design of our base. It'll be a pyramid. Now it's also going to be multiple stories. And by multiple stories, I mean I want to not just have like this big pyramid with this flat floor. I want to have a second floor here with a little bit of space up top where we're going to have a few other things going on. So we're going to have some stuff on the base floor here, and then we're going to have a floor above us that's obviously going to be a smaller room that's going to have a few other things going on, and then maybe something cool on top of the pyramid eventually. And then underground, underneath the pyramid, we might build some things as well. I'm thinking potentially stuff like reactors and some other things. So like we'll have a basement where a lot of stuff that we won't have to mess with too often will exist. And then we'll have a main floor where there will be stuff that we will probably frequently interact with, like machines and refined storage system and all that stuff. And then we'll have an upper floor which might have some other cool, nifty automations, right? So plenty of room for building lots of good stuff, right? And some of the automations might occur on this main floor. So like the actually additions crafting mechanisms, they will all exist in probably one of these 9x9 squares, right? So we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 9x9 squares. Is that right? Am I right counting that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So technically 9 if you count the center square. So 8 9x9 squares inside the pyramid, and those will probably break up the different things. So we might have like a mob spawner as one of those squares. We might have the actual additions thing as one of those squares. So that's cool. So let's maybe pop home and sleep through the night and bring back a bunch of sandstone, and we're going to start building this. So let's bring a strongbox full of sandstone. Does that sound cool? So I'm going to get an upgrade kit. Right here is what's being crafted. So it's working on things. Meanwhile, I'm going to take a nap and get a bunch of sandstone out of our drawers, and we'll build the pyramid. And the goal is to have the pyramid built probably by the end of this episode. And then we will probably do a few other things beyond. So that should be cool. That should be cool. You probably collected some sandstone from that. That's fine. Nice. That might be enough. And did I get my upgrade kit done yet? It's working on the hardened glass, and then it'll make the reinforced upgrade kit. Come on, buddy. Let's go. Totally going to want to make this as efficient as possible, by the way. So we will probably live in both bases for a short period of time, because I don't want to just tear everything down here. I'm probably going to need to build a bunch of stuff to go over there. And how we're going to do that is something you'll find out probably the next episode would be my guess. Hey, look at that. Nice. More storage space. Nice. All right, so we should be able to bring this with us. We might... Let's grab just a few more. That's pretty much all of the sandstone that I have. But if we need more, I've got 3,072 sand that can turn into sandstone. But I feel like that'll probably be enough. And away we go. Whoosh. So this will teleport me over to here, and then I will come out, and there will be my pyramid, right? And that'll be my new main base with a whole bunch of cool, fancy stuff planned. So in theory, I should be able to just stick this strongbox on top here, and click this to ignored. And click this button, press to restart. Hey, it's building! Look! It's building! It's building my pyramid. Look, it's building it! Yay! Go, builder, go! Go, builder, go! It was enough! Hooray! Now, the entrance to this pyramid might be, like, in the center-ish area here. I haven't figured out how I want to do a door just yet. It's on my to-do list. Now, what's this pyramid look like to you? Because to me, it looks like a ginormous mob spawner. That's what it looks like to me. Which is not kind of like an ideal situation, right? Definitely not what we want to have. But hey, good news. Are you... Hey, you actually didn't use all that much. Well, I mean, you used a lot, but not that much. And this should auto-sort into the appropriate locations, aka those drawers. Neat. So you're done, and you're done. Nice. I'm actually just going to leave the block here to represent where the builder was. Just in case we need to remember exactly where that builder existed. Oh, yeah, see? Mob spawners. Bad times. So let's get some lighting going on in there. So I've got an idea for lighting that I think will be cool. We're definitely going to want some glowstone. That's no question, right? And we might need more glowstone than we currently have. But that'll be a good start. The next thing I'm going to want, though, is glass. What I want is thickened glass from Extra Utilities 2 plus glowstone dust equals glowing glass. Neat. So to get more thickened glass, we're going to want some sandy glass, which shouldn't be a problem because we've got glass and sand for days. And then I can smelt this dude up into my redstone furnace and maybe even speed him up a little bit courtesy of augmentations. To really get the power flowing. By the way, how's everybody doing down here? Just great. Peachy. Loving it. So I should now... I want to get, like, roughly a stack of this stuff if I can. Oh, by the way, what else I wanted was exchangers. I might want to upgrade my exchanger just to the next tier. What would be involved in that, out of curiosity? So I need a flux capacitor hardened, which shouldn't be too bad. Cool. So for you, I need the leadstone. So I need 2 reception coils and more Invar and one of these dudes. Wow, okay, cool. I already had a bucket of that. Neat. All right, so that needs copper gears. So 4 copper gears. So then we just need the 2 reception coils. And that'll get me a better hardened doohickey. Nice. Cool. So that's tier 2. He can expand in a slightly larger area. Beautiful. I like it. So I don't know exactly how much of this glass I'm going to need. Because I didn't count, because I was doing it in like a cheat your own items way mode in my test world. But we're going to get a bit more of this, and hopefully that's cool. And let's make this... So, it's a very dark room. Also, kind of dreary, because you can't see the outside world all that much. So glowing glass, I'm going to place in a very specific location, inside the pyramid, such that it's both lighting up the area, and it's going to make it look a little bit nicer. So, wow, that is a lot of bad guys in there. Holy cow. Bad guys, please. Come here, Enderman. That's right. I'm looking at you, buddy. Can't believe I just made like a giant mob. To be fair, I also tested building this in a world that had like, you know, passive. That's my test world's like always like passive and cool. Let's get this creeper first. Ow. Alright, that's a little bit better. So what if we tried out, what I'm gonna do is, I think the way I had this originally, I tested this and it looked pretty good to me, but you guys know how things look good to me, and then people are like, Dyer, please, that's not really that good looking. So what if we did this? And then, so pretty much in the center of each of these 5x5s is where I want to have this, right? So here's the center. Does that look kind of cool? So this is the center, so it'll be here and here. So would that look cool? Potentially also there. And we'll kind of see how this works out for us. I'm trying. I know I'm not a genius when it comes to making things look nice, but I'm making an attempt. So that's not terrible, right? And then at least we have somewhat of a lighting situation going on here. Oh, by the way, I've found that when you have light level overlay and exchangers, weird things occur. So just as an FYI. It's just a visual issue, so it's not like, you know, crash your game style weird things, but it definitely looks very funky if you try to do that. Right, so if we exchanged this, and the cool thing about this is glowing glass, so not only is it letting sunlight in, but it's also keeping it bright at night. So even when it's nighttime, you're getting some good stuff. So I'll probably want like roughly another stack, but like that's making progress towards things looking a little bit better, right? And then let's get, just to like get some progress here. I will need more glowing glass for sure. By the way, it looks like you can only have a limit of about 5 of these overlays in at a time, which is no big deal. So there we go. And if we just, oh, that's right, I don't have flight in this world either. If we just opened up the ceiling for a sec, like that's pretty close to well lit. It's not great. There's more that I want to do. I want to put glowstone in the floors as well, but we're not there yet. I also want to swap out the floor of this base with not just sand, but like sandstone of a different chiseled texture. So let's do from here, 1, 2, 3. This is like the darkest and scariest part of it, right? I just want to try and get as much lighting in here as possible before I leave and come back, because the more lighting I have in here, the less of a mob farm this will be when I return. So that looks pretty good. Error out of block. Fail. Okay, so I mean, like, not terrible. If I were to just put, like, just to have lighting for the time being. Like, I'm haphazardly placing these. This will be better in a minute. Well, maybe not a minute, but soon. And the cool thing about that is I can totally exchange of that. Oh, yeah. So as long as light level overlay is not on, you don't get that weird. Is that like... I hope I'm not like showing an X-ray exploit. It might be. Not a big deal. Okay, back to the base, and we shall return. There's my charge border. All right, guys, so that's a pretty good wrapping up point for this episode. We've got the basic foundation of what our new base is going to look like. Next episode, we'll come back. We'll give it a proper floor. We will give it some proper lighting, and we'll probably build the second level of the pyramid, which will also have a proper floor and some proper lighting. Cool. And then we will probably, maybe even by the end of next episode, we can hook up so that we can have access to both bases at once in terms of stuff and things. And what do I mean by that? You'll find out. Probably, if you've played with Refined Storage before, you have a pretty good idea, hintity hint hint, of what I'll be building next episode. Spoiler alert, but we'll see. But for now, Darrell20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Let me know, feedback and comments, please. Do you like the pyramid idea? I have more planned. It's not all going to be within the pyramid. Obviously, Astral Sorcery needs to be outside. And I was thinking Botania could be outside too. And maybe even one or two other things might have like little mini pyramids popping up around the main one. Would that be coolish? We'll see. All right, guys. Take it easy.